Okay, let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, let's do this
Let's
shit.
do it. I'm so ready. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Operation STRIX podcast. I am your host, The Crow. Joining me today are Roski Draftsman.
No.
And Cool Blue Rays.
Hello.
And we are here to talk about episode 5 of the anime.
Woo!
Woo. Yes. So excited to talk about that. Woo. Just a quick little I guess detour on that. We did a podcast for episode 4. I not put that episode together just because we didn't have a whole lot to talk about. It was pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to include a super cut of like some of like the important things that we talked about. I'm do that right now.
Yeah,
please get it off of me.
No,
yeah. It's actually really accurate to the manga version, which is a big surprise.
Jin has strong feelings.
Jin has very strong.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Hey,
But it sounds cooler with the X.
Okay, so when we write down like SXF, do y'all say XXF or do you say SNF?
Are you talking about sound effects right now?
Yeah,
I'm so glad that they actually kept like her hand cracking when she was like
Yeah,
in murder
like-
mode.
Yeah.
All the shit that they didn't put in for like the party episode was like, wait, why didn't they do that? Oh shit, Roski just disappeared. Roski!
I hope he's like power didn't go out or something.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
God.
that'd really suck.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna move Jin over there.
Wait, the thing is like Roski comes back in that like my icon's gonna be like covering his though. If it just like pops
Well,
back in
there's
where
an
it used to
awkward
be.
space here in the middle, Jin. I don't know what you want.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Oh,
horny. That's all I'm saying to the fandom right now. Y'all gotta calm down a little bit,
Hey,
okay?
they got good taste. At least they're like
They-
consenting adults.
They do.
Yeah, but God damn it. Like,
So hopefully that was very informative. Anyway, moving on to what we really want to talk about today is
Man, we had some
episode
great
5.
topics.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Episode 5. Fuck me, man.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Quite a note to start
I
on.
have solidified my Lloyd SIM card. I will be getting that printed out and issued to me soon.
Wow.
I hope
Well,
they send you
now
two so I
Hold
can
on.
have one as well because I'm sipping hard for Lloyd too. There's
No, Lloyd was too fucking hot. He has no right to be this hot.
they
Sorry
went
for screaming.
No, you're good. They
I
went
mean, I'm not disagreeing. I just find it hilarious we're starting like this.
well, you have to. I mean,
What else can we say? I can't get blushing Lloyd out of my fucking head.
so okay.
You kidding me?
My thing. Okay, let's before
Okay.
let's bring it back a little bit. All right. So, yeah. So they did everything pretty straightforward. Like the first like few minutes of the episode, it was just like everything. They added a little extra tidbit in the beginning, but like it was all pretty much from the manga. And
Yeah.
then once it got to the point where they were at the house and like Frankie was convincing Lloyd to get, Wise's help to get the castle and stuff like that. That's where
Yeah.
everything just went off the fucking rails.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
best possible outcome.
Okay, it's
I mean, it was-
wonderful how they took what was essentially a very simple idea from the manga, like you know,
And a
I'm
very
assuming everyone
one-note
here-
chapter as well,
Yeah,
because
I'm
there was
assuming
like it was like
everyone-
20 pages.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot happened.
Anyone who's like listening to this, I'm assuming you've read the chapter. Like it's a short chapter. It's a pretty straightforward story.
Yeah.
Like nothing really crazy happens except Lloyd fights Yor. Okay, and that's it. But here, oh my god, they like took that idea and shot it to the moon with all these crazy ideas of like, oh, it's not just a castle, it's a Bondman themed like park
Yeah.
castle.
Yeah.
It's been like renovated and you can rent it out, like the whole ass thing. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
But see, that was
Yeah.
I like that they included that was
It's
an
smart.
amusement
It's really,
park.
really smart.
'Cause-
It like
Yeah.
it
It was
makes so much
forward.
more sense because like when I saw the preview, I was just like, wait, why is there like explosions and shit? Like,
Yeah.
did Wise just bring
Why
what the
are
fuck is
there
going on?
Yeah.
And it makes
Why would
sense. It's
Python
all like
do-
pyrotechnics and it's all like special effects. Nothing like super crazy dangerous.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I couldn't believe how well they were able to like, okay, we'll take this simple idea and just like go so hard on it.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it really it really
Like, it just
drives
kept getting
home
better
how
and
big
better.
this budget is for this fucking thing because
No, that is actually what I was going.
Yeah, yeah.
Going at.
Please
I mean,
talk about it.
I'm okay. I will read about the animation in a bit because there's a lot to talk about.
yeah.
But when I mentioned before that this episode is pretty telling, I meant it because of what we talked about last week. You know, this Naruto episode sucks. Naruto episode sucks. This Naruto episode is fucking amazing and has the best animation ever.
Yeah.
You have to prioritize that
Yeah.
based on what the image of your the anime you are trying to sell you are going for.
Yeah. I figured you were going this route with it.
Pretty simplified animation in the last two episodes.
Yeah.
And then they go ham here.
Yeah.
They go to the extreme in this specific episode.
Yeah.
Which for all intents and purposes in the manga is pretty much just a transitional episode. There's no much going on in the actual manga. The point, but they actually went out of their way to make it to look all the more impressive here.
I think they made the right call on that. I think.
I think so too.
Well,
Yeah.
and for multiple reasons. Because
I don't think it's a bad choice, but it's really telling of what the image of the anime they're trying to paint.
I think it's a testament to the competency of the director because, and I have no problem with them having simple animations for the domestic fluff parts because you don't need big animations for that. You just need set pieces and characters, and that's really all you need. Whereas,
unless it's like a super important scene.
Whereas, okay, Spy Family, we know that manga readers know that there's a lot of action in it, but in the beginning, there's not a lot of action to it. And with I really think the director saw this as an opportunity to be like, okay, we had action in the first chapter, we had a little bit of action and the following episodes, but other than that, there's not going to be a whole lot until we get to the Inusan crisis. So this was the part, episode 5. We're almost halfway through the season, right? He's probably like, okay, we need a good centerpiece exposition of the action and how just a bit
it needs to be a showcase of Lloyd and yours full capacity.
And we saw that. We saw Lloyd.
Yor was drunk, but she was still going really hard at it.
Yeah, she kicked his ass way more than in the manga. I really appreciated that. Yeah.
I mean, it's actually, I find it actually interesting because he blocked.
He went really hard, yeah. He was blocking, and somehow her kicks were so strong it ripped the gloves apart, which is insane.
Yeah.
And she was going really hard, and she was beating the shit out of him. I'm surprised he was still able to stand after that without clutching his bruised ass.
Well, that's also a testament to how strong Lloyd is. He can actually take a hit from Yor, which is very impressive.
It is very impressive.
Huh.
And I think the most interesting thing about that fight is just both of them are not intending to hurt each other. But
yours.
I'm not sure about yours.
Okay,
Yor
was trying to kill him.
She was drunk.
Okay, Yor was drunk.
Really
I'm sure if she was not drunk and if she had the intent to, she probably could kill him in one go.
Yeah.
But she's drunk. She doesn't really know exactly what's going on.
That's fair.
And she just thinks that, Anya's gonna get taken, so I'm gonna kill my husband.
I'm gonna kill my husband.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill my husband to keep my daughter safe. It's but it's
as
a game.
You should. She's best mom.
I mean, yeah, she is the best mom, which we will see next episode.
Yes.
I like that they've added that together. They've added that little bit, included into the Eden Academy stuff finally happening.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were, and Lloyd, he wasn't really fighting back. He was really just I need to survive.
Right.
He wasn't prepared for.
He wasn't.
Oh
but
God,
I don't think he was going to. I don't think he would have known. How do I attack my wife?
No, he wouldn't.
She's
That's the
really
thing too. He's not even. It didn't even cross his mind. I should punch back. Oh no, I can't.
It's oh shit! I gotta protect myself and not die and not get my heart ripped out of my chest.
Exactly.
Literally speaking.
I mean, she wasn't expecting her to go so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we? Okay, since we're on the topic of action, can we just talk about the whole sequence of just as he's coming down the slide, and then everything else after that, and it's just like explosive.
How the fuck was he able to make fighting on bouncy balls look so fucking cool? That's not fair.
It was so badass. It was amazing.
That's not fair. And then the music. Oh my god, the music was so perfect.
Whatever that song is, I need it on Spotify immediately.
Whoever is doing the music they're doing a standout job on all the music, not just the jazzy atmosphere shit.
Well,
but Jesus Christ, this action stuff.
The action was really good. Speaking of the jazz, when they're on, by the way, one of my favorite new scenes is them on the airplane.
Yeah, what the fuck, Lloyd? You could just pilot a plane so casually.
So casually, but there was that really nice, smooth jazz playing in the background. It really gave some family vibes to it, and it was But then, boom, we cut to the crazy fucking action.
As crazy as it is that Lloyd is just somehow able to call up someone hey, can I get a plane so I can take my family to a castle? Yeah. That was a really kind of nice little it was the most normal thing out of all this crazy shit. Yeah. Them just riding in a plane to the castle with this nice jazz music playing.
Yep. I loved everything that they added into this. Nothing in it. Everything felt very natural to it. Yeah.
Natural. It didn't feel wasted.
Why did he take a plane? Is it because of the distance between their...
Yeah,
that's what I assumed, yeah.
I am assuming that castle is in the countryside.
That's so fucking extra. Unless there's a good reason, why are you renting a goddamn plane?
Well, he's already renting a castle, so he might as fucking well. And he didn't rent it out. He got it from Wise. So that's another reason why they spent we said it was $19,000.
Yeah.
Calculate because it was 6,000 dolk, and it's $3 to a dog, so it's wow.
I thought it was 8,000 dolk.
Was it? If it was 8, it's 24,000. Yeah.
God.
I mean, it's a castle. Of course, it's gonna cost that much.
Yeah.
And not even that. It's a theme park. You rented out a theme park.
No. Oh. He rented out an entire theme park, man.
The fact is, if it's a theme park, he even got it for cheap. What the fuck?
Well, this is set during the 60s. Don't kill me, Roski, but if it's set during the 60s, I suppose theme parks maybe aren't that expensive.
I'm sure the dolk goes farther. Yeah, exactly.
Remember inflation.
Oh, yeah.
So
right.
Maybe.
So it probably would be $3 back then.
You know what I just realized?
Let that sink in.
You know what I just realized? This Bondman castle, this is like their version of the Disneyland park.
Yeah.
Basically, because they got a fucking castle. They need to go back. They have to go back to that theme park.
So,
you need to write it in, man.
Right.
Wait,
They need to go back to this theme park, as a normal family.
Filler Endo?
I have ideas. But no. I was going to talk about that. Man, they went hard.
They went so hard.
The thing about the animation in this episode is
it's so clean.
It's in a completely different league.
It is.
Yeah.
Even
we got a taste of it.
It's impressive.
Yeah, even compared to the first episode, it
that was a small taste versus this. That was a morsel compared to this feast.
Yeah.
There was a lot of here.
I love the tiny details. I just a couple things at the top of my head, when he comes down the slide and the guys all jump him and stuff like that, just the motion of his body and he's jumping off of people. It's so fluid. And then there's a part where he's coming down the zip line. And he falls off the zip line and he's using his belt, which I didn't realize in the beginning. So he falls down, he puts it back on midair and then fucking tumbles. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't see that the first time. I
saw it immediately. What the fuck? Why are you spending 5 seconds? Okay, put your belt back on, I suppose.
I did not expect, because the chapter that this is based off of was not my favorite for the simple fact that it felt rushed, and it was just I don't know, it didn't really do it for me. But this,
it was brief.
Yeah,
they really transformed this chapter into something totally new and special.
Yeah, they reach.
And I mean, like you guys talked about, it makes a lot of sense that they would decide, okay, we need to go hard on like an episode,
Yeah.
To showcase, Lloyd and your, and like this. I guess this was the perfect opportunity because it was like the closest thing they could use without like ruining, I guess, quote unquote, the canon or something. Because like there wasn't a lot, so it was so easy to add on.
I like the fact that they, they're not important, but they do have personalities here. I like the idea that, even though we saw it in the manga that yes, the agents look up to Twilight and stuff like that. I really got more.
That was such a tiny little thing.
Yeah, I really got this the full sense of it here, where it's like that one guy was like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like I get to beat up Twilight. Like
yeah,
he's like, "I've been waiting for this day." Yeah.
It's such an honor to be working with him on this mission.
Right, and like everyone's just so about it, and Wise for as I guess serious as a spy thriller it can be sometimes. Like most of the Wise agents are just like, I don't know how else to describe it, but like they're like from like a scene in The Office. Like half of them just like, I don't know, like barely make it by half the time.
It was very impressive to see kind of the this episode gave us kind of an idea of like how big Wise's agency actually is, because we only saw the Austanian agents. Lord knows how many there are like in Westalis or in other parts of the world, but like it's a big ass agency, and this just gave us like a glimpse of like, oh yeah, no, they're huge.
Yeah,
like really huge.
Right. I really and you know what, I like I had mentioned earlier, I really appreciated the things that they added, both for like the whole family side of it, with like going on them going on that plane was just like, it felt like a scene out of like Kiki's Delivery Service or something like that. Like it was very whimsical,
totally right.
And the
music just made it perfect.
Yeah, and
you're totally right.
Yeah, that's the feeling that I got from watching it, and I really like, I don't know, I just like that little part where Ani's like, "Do I look cool?" and Lloyd's like, "Yes, you look cool." I thought the CGI was handled much better again this time compared to the last one.
I didn't even really notice.
For the plane, but it works because it's a machine.
Yeah,
like animating planes hand round.
Yeah.
But yes, he can because he has the budget and he's crazy enough. but it works just as well with CG, and it looks pretty well in CG because, well, it's a machine.
Yeah.
It has pretty. It's not organic.
Yeah.
You know those imperfections that you get when you draw hand by hand.
Yeah.
Drawing by drawing. They work really well with organic shapes and characters.
Yeah.
But with machines, it's fine if you use.
I see. Use
CG. Yeah.
So I mean, the cars have been CG so far. So
yeah.
Actually. Right. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. They're supposed to kind of look perfect, machine made. So CG kind of helps.
But the thing with the action sequence is that, well, the entire action sequence, which is pretty long, all things considered, is that they go ham in both ways. First, because the movement is very fluid, it's very complex. The camera movement is also quite
all over
complex.
The place. I love it.
That the camera moves a lot, and that adds to the complexity.
Yeah.
But even more so, the movement is not just fluid. Like when they do close-up shots, the shading is so detailed. Oh my god.
So that's what I want to talk about. So the weight of like the punches and like the action itself was very like visceral, and my favorite part was when he grabbing the guns from the guys as it fell and like was shooting back at them and stuff like that.
Oh, that was great.
I just loved his like trigger discipline and like how he was handling the gun, and like that little detail of him when he's coming up the stairs, and like he like, as he's coming up the stairs, he like, scans the area and then runs off. And I was just like, it just like, it felt very like, it felt like I was in the middle of it. Like it was like an actual like thing going on.
I wanted to say I thought it was very impressive when Lloyd he like shot, or like what was it? He like hit someone in the face with the rubber ball, and then like grabbed
And
the
then
gun
the
and
rubber
shit,
ball.
all that cool stuff. And then Frankie was like trying to tell his minions to like keep fighting Lloyd.
Yeah.
And Lloyd got annoyed, so he like hit one of them in the face. They shot balls in the air. Then he hit the balls, and those balls hit Frankie.
I fucking love that part.
I love that part.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was good.
It was so crazy and like this is weirdly so impressive. How the fuck were you able to pull that off?
Right, I love it.
That's a
Super
Dante
spy.
moment. It reminds me of the scene in Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
Oh, but speaking of Frankie,
Yeah.
Frankie was
Frankie,
10
he was
out
the
of 10.
MVP, I think.
He
MVP
was.
for starting
Yeah.
this. He started this whole thing and he was like taking his job as the bad guy so seriously.
I loved it because that was another thing that I really appreciated that they did, especially I'm sure the director had a part in this too, but they really just gave him the mic and was just like, just go off, like be as extra as possible, which makes perfect sense because he was I don't know the hero's name.
This voice actor, he's Present Mike.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
And bombastic like that. He's supposed to be like an announcer.
And I could
like
hear
literally his superpower.
Yeah, I could totally hear it, and I was
he totally nailed it.
Yeah, as I was rewatching it on the other room, because I had it turned up so I could hear the music, and Mrs. Crow was like, she was like, she saw the original with me, and then she was in the other room, and she was like, "Is that the guy from My Hero Academia?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, she's like, "Oh my god, it sounds just like him."
Wonderful.
I was like,
yeah, it's wonderful. His voice is so distinctive and interesting and weird because it's got like this interesting kind of like whine to it.
Yeah.
Not in an annoying way, but it's like it's perfect for like these screaming kind of scenes.
Yeah.
I wish Frankie did that more because he's kind of more just kind of laid back. It's it's a bit of a shame, honestly. Yeah. Because he got such a great voice actor for it.
Well, no, he was
having so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Partially because he was fucking with Twilight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's his boy. He's got this is his best friend. He has to fuck with him.
Way too much fun, like torturing his best friend. Like, haha, you need to do this quiz, or else you have to wear a Bond Man costume. That was really funny. I thought that was really cute when Lloyd is like, what does Anya want? What does Anya want? Oh, she wants spy gear. It's like, no, I'm actually thirsty. Can I
really
get some
thirsty
water?
right now.
And he's like, how the hell?
I love it.
That part is great. How the hell am I supposed to know that?
And Yor, she's just smiley and drinky and swaying the whole time. Like, this is fun.
Drunk Yor.
It's a little bit of a shame that she didn't get to see how hot her husband was. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit of a shame.
She was
drunk. She's not really gonna remember. It's like canonical that she doesn't really remember when she's drunk, like that drunk.
Yeah. That sucks.
So that's a shame.
But like, I just Drunk Yor again is going to take over the internet. I mean, at this point, what part of her hasn't already?
Absolutely. There's going to be so much Yorny art.
Yorny art.
I mean, there's already so much Yorny art.
Yeah,
yes, there really is, but there's going to be even more. Yeah, might as well have more.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I loved one. I loved I always forget her name. The voice actress, I had heard that they actually got her drunk to do some of these lines.
Oh, you mean Sayori Hayama?
Hayama. Yeah. So
they did.
They did. So I could kind of hear it too. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's what I had heard previously.
What? They actually got her drunk?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Wow. This isn't Jaws.
I think at the very least he did it for like the audition to make sure she could like pull off Drunk Yor.
Maybe. I don't know. I really hope she did.
That's a story to tell.
Well, she nailed the drunk sound, like especially in the dinner scene. Yeah. And I loved all of her lines in this episode. Like when right before they're gonna take off, and she's like, "Thank you so much for always watching my husband," and the guys are looking at her like,
Sure, why not?
I don't know. And then I love how they nailed the end where like she's about to go in for the kick, and then just like all of a sudden just plop, just falls on the floor and passes out.
It just snaps and then.
Yeah.
It was so funny how fast it happened because in the manga it looked like it was like longer, like she was teetering.
Yeah.
And then she just fell.
Yeah.
But this one was just like
snap,
like instant. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then she's already asleep.
Right.
She needs all her energy. She's tired now, guys. She needs nappy time now.
Mm-hmm.
She had too much to drink and now it's nappy time.
Yeah.
Oh, it was wonderful.
It was
I don't have anything negative to say about this
Nope.
because I was just so entranced by the action and the colors and how cute everything was and how funny it was.
Yeah.
And of
It
course,
was
like
really
blushing
entertaining.
Lloyd. So much. That's my version of fan service. Just blushing Lloyd.
No, but I love the really real small addition of that unnamed wise agent that is actually the one delivering the news to the headmaster. That like that woman with the
Oh yeah, the
Brown-
brown-haired woman.
Yeah.
yeah
Oh,
that she's like, oh my god, this guy is doing all this shit, and I have
Okay,
to
And I
deliver
have
the
to
news.
tell my boss now.
yes, we were okay. So we were talking about that before this
Yeah,
episode,
yeah.
and I really you know what it reminded me of was Nightlight. Yeah. So,
For those who don't know, Nightlight is a completely made up OC spy agent we made up in the server because we thought it'd be funny if Lloyd had like a little sister character who like she doesn't understand why everyone is so into Lloyd or Twilight. Like, why he's not that cool. Like, I know this guy, he's not that cool.
Yeah.
Why are you guys like thirsting after him? This is disgusting. This is the worst.
yeah.
So that's who she is.
Basically his caretaker, aside from handler. And yeah, I got total Nightlight vibes watching her. Just because she was just like, at first she was like, oh my god, like he's so awesome, and then at the end she's just like, oh my god, this guy just cost us $24,000.
My boss now, like
Yeah.
she, like that's the shittiest thing. Like Twilight doesn't have to come in to explain this shit.
Yeah.
She has to.
And that's why they're bringing in handler to rein him in.
Yeah. It's like, all right, you know what, Lloyd, Twilight, he spent too much money. Sylvia, you need to go like whip him into shape because this is just embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't.
Because she likes the expensive gaudy rings from like that tennis arc and
She
shit.
does. It was like
She
a
likes the
$500
expensive-
fucking
she likes
coat.
the expensive things she likes the expensive things in life. Okay, she was not the right person to call in.
Oh my god.
She
Oh.
likes designer fur coats and shit. Are you kidding me?
Blue. Okay, remember we were
Yeah.
talking about how Twilight has no concept of cost or money or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she
neither
did
does
talk here.
Handler.
No, she doesn't. Like, she stresses out, but she's not any better. She's kind of a hypocrite.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm sorry, Roski. I have to criticize your waifu right now.
Yeah.
She is no better.
I don't
She
mind.
needs a lot of money. Can you provide her with that kind
Right. Like spy, like
Pay
Handler.
off, maybe.
Right.
Which is even funnier knowing that apparently in the fan book. Oh, we should talk a little bit about the fan book. That
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
sure.
yeah, the
Let's
fans-
go ahead and bring that up.
So there's like an exclusive, I guess, like a fan book of the characters, because like there was an animation one that I bought, and now there's a fan book one that I also ordered and should be coming in, which I cannot read, but I just want to have it in my hands. And it has like concept sketches of the characters before they were finalized. It has like little interview bits about asking about the characters that a nice Twitter user was nice enough to like translate a lot of it. And there was like fun tidbits about Lloyd doesn't get more than 2 hours of sleep.
and the other one was the power comparison between her and Lloyd and Yor.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
great.
I mean, that comparison is actually interesting.
Yeah.
If you
I
read
think
the
I
whole
liked
thing.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it says two things. First, it says what we already know, that Yor
Could
is
kick his ass.
Yeah,
you know,
on a
it's
scale of
basically
1 to
stronger than
100.
Now,
She's
let's be
100.
clear.
Yeah.
The description says that Yor is physically stronger than Twilight.
Yeah.
But it also says that if deception was on the cards and firearms were on the cards, because the fanbook also states that Yor cannot use firearms,
Mhm.
they will be even, which either is a way to not make Twilight look completely lame, or it's gonna be relevant later.
Yeah. Well, I certainly hope it's just an interesting tidbit. I don't want to need any more angst than we already get.
I mean, Endo, he's a smart guy. He probably put it in there intentionally, so
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find like the stuff with the translations.
Yeah.
If there's any other interesting bits and info.
Yeah.
Apparently they did do little commentaries about some of the chapters, like changes they made. For example, like the chapter when Lloyd was looking at those boys, it actually used to just be like old people, but they decided to change it to
Was
little
it?
boys. Yeah.
Wow.
There's like an
That
old
is-
concept
that
sketch.
is
I'll send
interesting.
links for it.
Oh, interesting.
I mean,
Let me see here. Let's see. Okay,
in
there's a little
retrospect, that was
commentary for
smart
like
move.
yeah, there's like commentary. So like for the first one, for mission 1, they said that Anya calling Lloyd Papa was just a spur of a moment decision. When I was drawing this panel, for some reason, Lloyd simply let it go in this weird energy. So just like that, it was settled.
Very well.
And like also other commentary about like, Lloyd's kind of slender in here, and I feel like Anya looked cuter during this time. And, like he says that he refers to chapter 1 apparently a lot when he's drawing the characters sometimes.
Really?
It makes sense. You do not want to divert too much from the art style that you set up for yourself, because it tends to happen that later down the line the characters become pretty much completely unrecognizable. D. Gray Man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always good to have references.
D. Gray Man. I don't even.
Yeah, like the characters do not do anything like they.
There's another great little note here. Apparently, the scene where Lloyd stands up for Yor at the party, it's a reference to a movie called Leon the Professional.
Oh my god! How did I didn't see that? I love that movie.
Okay, sorry.
I've never heard Roski so animated before.
Yeah, he's usually just like, oh, that's cool. It's like, oh my god.
I love that movie.
My ass off.
I love that you love it, Roski. I'm so happy.
Hold on. Little extra tidbits here. Nothing like super, I guess, crazy, but just nice little bits about Endo. He said that when he wasn't satisfied with the initial storyboard he drafted for Mission 4, so that's the Eden Academy stuff with the interview and the like animal stampede, he said he added it in, and he said it was like the first time in a long time he actually enjoyed drawing manga. As well as he said that he wasn't sure about adding all those conversations between the old men, so for the interview portion, but he said that it'll turn out to be very popular with the fans. And also a fun little thing about Zachary Feist, the guy that you're imagining killing. Sacrifice. They talked about how it's supposed to be a pun.
I didn't even get that until you just said it right now.
Yeah, Zachary
I mean, I got it because it felt like an Ace Attorney name, like Date Man. And
apparently
like
in the Japanese version of the guy's name is, I'm gonna butcher this, Ikeneru, which is supposed to be a pun on the word sacrifice as well in Japanese, and they just brought it over to the English, which I think is very smart. Yeah,
I love that. I didn't even get that.
Endo loves his pun names, and they hate him for it.
Yeah,
let's forget good old what was his name? Something Spoofy.
Spoofy. Roland Spoofy.
Yeah, let's not forget good old Mr. Spoofy here.
Mr. Spoofy.
That's it so far.
Yeah.
I hope the Twitter thing will update with more, but so far it's only up to mission 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely wait for that to get translated. Well, I mean it is translated, but officially translated anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I mean, shit. This episode was amazing.
It was.
I'm stoked for the next one. It's not going to be nearly as crazy or balls to the wall, but it's still
gonna just be fun.
I have to see that bunch. I mean, other than Sylvia, I have to see that bunch.
Oh yeah.
I'm just excited to see the kids like introduced for the first time.
Yeah.
We're gonna get everyone: Becky, Damien, and Emil. Like all of them. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really, really cool to see all the little.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be cute. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be.
And I'm interested to see. So the next episode is going to be the half point for the season, and I'm interested to see what chapters they combined moving forward. Like, what is the last episode gonna be like?
Right.
Quite interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting. Sometimes they've like, okay, we have to combine like 2 chapters or together because time.
Yeah.
And then like this episode was like just that tiny little sliver of a chapter completely expanded.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to see, but it looks like based off the previews, we're going to see a mix of
2 chapters.
So that two chapters, because it's the chapter with your like kind of like I want to be a better mom for Anya and protect her and take care of her, and then she gets her uniform and almost gets kidnapped by those creeps. At the grocery store, and then we get to see like Anya going to school and actually meeting everyone for the first time and trying to like get close to Damien, and he's not having it.
Right.
Um,
And then she punched him.
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they combine it all together. I'm sure they'll be able to do it well.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see Yor like screaming her head off like I'm her mother, you motherfuckers.
I can't wait.
Like I can't wait to hear like Sayori scream that out. I'm hoping she screams it out.
Hell yeah. Be so great.
It would be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't think there's anything else to really talk about.
I think we nailed
I
it.
guess the only thing to talk about is how sweet the ending was with Lloyd and Anya just together on the bench, and Anya's saying, I'm gonna do my best at school, and there's like that, the cute shot of the comet coming over, and it was cute that they changed it to where like he's sitting with her and he kind of pulls her in and pats her head instead of just standing there. I liked that he brought her in like closer than just like, all right, I'm just gonna pat your head lovingly because I'm a distant father.
Yeah, no, I said this the last episode. It was, anime Lloyd is way just softer.
He's definitely
than
way
Lloyd.
Softer. It's
and I
wonderful.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's better. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest with myself, so far I like the anime better than the manga. Like I'm just gonna say it. Obviously, the manga's gonna have something over the anime, but so far, like it's been hitting all the right notes.
No,
for
you're
me.
right.
Like
I didn't expect myself to like the anime as much as the manga. Like I think I said quite a few times actually that I like the anime, but I think the manga is still better for these reasons. Like the details. But this is the first time I think completely. I'm like, oh no, the anime like blew it out of the water.
Oh yeah,
like completely. They totally like dominated the manga. I think in my heart right now because this episode was just simply so good.
Yeah,
and. It's like such a silly premise, but Lloyd was giving it his all. Like, I think that's what just makes it so fun. Is like, yes, this is like a silly chapter where Lloyd is supposed to be playing a game, but it's at a giant theme park, and there's wise agents, so he needs to be like super serious about this at all times.
Yeah,
and like use all of his possible spy skills to make it through and save his daughter because she needs to go to school.
All right, well, that was the episode, I should say.
That was the episode.
It was so good. Can't wait to see next week's episode. Catch up on next week's chapter, and we will have another podcast episode for you guys soon. So, in the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.